Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yo, listen, man. Is any of this things on? Okay, cool. Hopefully that's not too loud. Welcome to another episode of Think Pieces and Conversations. We're gonna do things a little bit different, a little bit more interesting. Just a tiny bit. I'm a gamer, so there are things that's happening in the political field that are affecting gaming as a whole. Huh? Yes, you see me, you hear me. This guy is well spoken, all that. But I am a gamer. I am a fighting game head. Okay. This is what I love. I love video games. I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We could be playing a shooting game or we could be playing a fighting game. But I want to talk about these tariffs, these tariffs that are gonna affect a lot of things. They're gonna affect certain prices of the Nintendo Switch, like that's a gaming console that's coming out soon. The Nintendo Switch 2. Um, and future things that's gonna happen. So I was having this debate with a guy. I was having a debate, talking about tariffs and all that stuff, and whether you believe it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, they are extremely important to the geopolitical landscape and the power structure of these countries, the hierarchy of these countries. The hierarchy of these countries has been a certain way for a very long time. The United States has been number one for a very long time. I am an American. I live in the United States. So if you ask me, I want this country to stay number one for the foreseeable or unforeseeable future. So in June or July, the Nintendo Switch 2 was supposed to drop, was supposed to come out. Okay, this thing was supposed to come out in July, I think, right? So this item, this beautiful console is supposed to be $450. As you know, there is a tariff that Trump has ordered, but today I think all of those are delayed, but China's tariffs. So, in this article that I'm reading right now via Yahoo Finance, Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders delayed to assess tariffs. If you are looking forward to owning a Nintendo Switch, you may have to wait a while. The Nintendo company is actively assessing in the wake of the US President Donald Trump's tariffs, according to Wired magazine. The new system, which is expected to drop this summer, comes with a $450 price tag. That's about a PS5. I don't know what PS5s to go for right now. PS5 Pros. I don't have those, but they're about $500. I think. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong in the chat. But that price, the $450 price tag, was calculated before the Trump administration's tariff went into effect. It creates a challenge, Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser to wired. It's something we're going to have to address. Nintendo manufacturers primarily in Vietnam, Cambodia, and China, which now have 46%, 49%, and 54% tariffs, respectively. Now they've taken the step of delaying the pre-orders. Let me ask you guys a question, okay? Let me ask you guys a question. If the Nintendo Switch 2 was $600, if you want the Nintendo Switch 2 that bad, would you still pay for it? If the Nintendo Switch 2 was $600, $700, would you still pay for it? If an extra $200-$300 is the deciding factor of your country being better than it ever was, or it is a step amongst many steps, thousands of tiny steps that these tariffs will implement because the United States has been robbed. The United States has been robbed for many decades. Let's go to ChatGPT. Okay? Such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Let's go to ChatGPT. All right? Can I talk on this?
Hi there. I just want to share how thrilled I am to work with
ChatGPT. How? Hold on. Let me ask you this question, ChatGPT. Okay. What countries right now are tariffed as of April 10th, 2025? What countries right now are tariffed through Trump's new policy?
As of April 10th, 2025, the U.S. Department of State designates Cuba, Iran, North Korea, and Syria as state sponsors of terrorism. This means these countries are considered...
No, that's not what I said, bro. Okay. So I'm going to type it in. I'm going to type it in ChatGPT. This is the question I want to ask ChatGPT. I want to ask what year was, you know what? No, we gonna ask you again.
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please
What-
wait a bit.
What year before 2025 did the United States have no tariffs from any other country? Okay, this thing ain't working. Okay. What year did the United States stop tariffing? Or no, didn't have income. What year did the United States did not have income tax? Let's start with that. Let's start with the bottom. Before income tax, from 1776 to 1861, there was no federal income tax. The U.S. government was funded mainly through tariffs, excise taxes, and land sales. The first income tax was introduced in 1861 during the Civil War to help fund war expenses, but it was temporary. The big change, the modern federal income tax system didn't begin until 1913 with the ratification of the 16th Amendment to the Constitution that gave Congress the power to levy income taxes without uh, apportioning it among states or basing it on the U.S. Census. So before 1861 and again between 1872 and 1913, the United States did not have federal income tax. So people that have been indoctrinated within this new system of having income tax for so long, 50, 60 years, well, more than that because it's ended in 1913. So a little over 100 years we have been indoctrinated into this new system of having an income tax. So that's about as long as of a time you need to think that this is normal. Okay. We stopped tariffing you guys, right? We stopped tariffing these countries, or we put a very, very low tariff on these countries, in which that led us to export our jobs to another country. I'm a gamer just like whoever else watches this. Used to be very hardcore in gaming. But the gaming ain't gonna be the same in this country, or the country and the means of even going out and freely buying video games and having a job to pay for hobbies such as that. Because if the economic system here fails, if we stop being number one, if we don't get our bread back for building or giving these other countries that were decimated during times of war and lending them our power, our economy to rebuild, you can tariff us, but we won't tariff you, or we're going to provide you with a very low tariff. If we were provide them with a very low tariff for a very long time, for too long, the country start to get strong, too strong. They completely and still have access to the number one consumer on earth, which is the United States of America. The place that you take for granted. Any American that's watching this, the place that you take for granted. So yes, if I wanted the Nintendo Switch 2, and for a year the Nintendo Switch 2 was $700-800, and I really wanted it that bad, and this would be the step to having our country being back number one. Let me take my glasses off. This would be the chance that we get to stay number one. We get to bring our jobs back. We get to bring our manufacturing back. We get to stop our reliance, or at least decrease our reliance on these countries by a significant margin. You hear the flames in the back. I'm about to start cooking. If we get to do all that, what does a little price hike matter to you? If you don't want it, don't pay for it. Let me ask ChatGPT another question, since people think this economy is going out of whack. As of April, as of April 10th, 2025, did the US, did the United States inflation rate drop? ChatGPT says yes. As of April 10th, 2025, the United States experienced a notable decrease in its inflation rate. The Consumer Price Index CPI rose by 2.4% in March 2025 compared to the same month of the previous year, down from a 2.8 increase in February. This represents the lowest annual inflation rate since September 2024. The decline was largely driven by a significant drop in gasoline prices. Additionally, core inflation, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, increased by 2.8 year over year, marking its smallest rise in nearly 4 years. However, economists caution that this relief may be temporary. Recent tariff policies, including substantial duties on imports from China and other goods, are expected to exert upward pressure on consumer prices in the coming months. Federal Reserve officials have indicated a cautious approach, anticipating potential inflationary effects from these tariffs. In summary, while the March data shows a cooling in inflation, ongoing trade policies suggest that this trend may not continue until the near future. Question to my audience, and I'm going to answer it after, but maybe you got a different answer. Say if all these jobs come back to us, right? Say if all these jobs come back to us. We got all these jobs back. Our car companies come back. Our steel companies come back. Millions of jobs. I know several folk right now that can't find a job. They can't find one. But imagine you could just go outside today and you could just find a manufacturing job fast. Yo, these jobs are open because they just came back. They just came back from China. So we got this job back. This job right here just came back from blah 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 to run from the tariffs. So we got this job back, and everybody can just get jobs, right? Everybody's making more money. The economy is flowing. Gas prices are down. Oil prices are down. Everything is down. So you making, say if you the average price of America or the average employment rate is the same, but everything has decreased, but products from other countries. So while your utilities is cut in half, everything is cut in half. The special gaming system that you want to buy might not be $299 no more. It might be $500, but you got so much extra money from the economy flowing. Every money is going in and out the right places. There's no waste in the government. There's no mistreatment of taxpayer dollars. There might be no taxpayer dollars unless you're above a $150,000 a year salary maker because of the new policies that's going to be implemented. So everybody under 150,000, which is at least 80% of the US. Let me ask ChatGPT another question. Hold on, because I don't want to get this wrong. What percentage of America of North America makes 150K a year or less? ChatGPT. Determining the exact percentage of individuals in North America. Let's turn the flames on because I need people to learn these things. Determining the exact percentage of individuals in America earning 150,000 or less annually is complex due to varying income distributions across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. However, focusing on the United States, we can provide some insights. Individual incomes according to the U.S. Census Bureau annual ASEC survey. The median individual income in 2021 was approximately $44,225, with the mean income of around $63,214. This indicates that a significant majority of individuals earn less than 150,000 annually. Data from the U.S. Census Bureau reveals that about 80% of American households earn less. 80%, I was right on the money. Earn less than 150,000 per year. Specifically, approximately 15.5 households earn between 100,000 and 150,000. So, under 150,000 is 80% of American households. 100,000 to 150K is 15%, and about 8% earn between 150K and 200, and even less above that. So I would pay 1,000. Listen to me. If I really wanted the Nintendo Switch 2, if I really wanted it, and I had to have it in July, whenever it comes out, I would pay $1,000 for it. You know why? Because in 2 or 3 years, if everything goes right with tariffs, if everything goes right with the income tax plan, if everything goes right with this, with that, imagine you saving $4 to 8, 12, 15, $16,000 a year because you don't gotta pay income tax. You'll gladly pay $2,500 for a Nintendo Switch if you wanted it. Imagine you paying $25 to fill your tank. You got a V6 engine or something, but the gas say $150 per gallon. We getting tariffs from this one, that one, this one. I need you to see the bigger picture. Right now, let's slow down the pace a little bit. Right now, I'm reading a book called The Daily Laws. Right? I'm reading a book called The Daily Laws. I need y'all to see this because I need everybody to buy this book. Okay? It's called The Daily Laws. And within this book, this is by Robert Greene. Okay? He's the author of Human Nature, Mastery, Strategy, The Laws of Power, The Art of Seduction. And he put all his books into one book. Okay, he put everything into one book. So I got this book. I didn't read all these books. I read only The Laws of Power and The Art of Seduction. So cool. I was like, I didn't read the other 3, but I wanted the other 3. But we get the greatest hits of everything put together. And I wanted to read The Laws of Power again. But since everything is in this, let me just get this and get my full course meal off of this one book. In a section of this book around the September section, because it's separated in months and chapters. So there's different months for different strategies you should learn for different months. I don't care about that. If I'm reading this now, it could be September in the book, but it's June now. This is what we on now. Let me read this now and use it. So there's a point in the book talking about tacticians and strategists. A tactician is a person, entity, figure, whoever that makes moves moment to moment, step by step, not really planned out, but goes with certain tactics depending on the current situation. They go with it's more emotional, maybe less emotional, but it's not planned out. It's not many steps ahead because it's tactics that have to be executed right now or very soon, right? Then you got the strategist. The strategist is the person that plans months, years, decades, centuries ahead. Okay? You need to plan things like a strategist. So, fortunately for us, we have a strategist in the office. Fortunately for us, we have a strategist in the office. Fortunately for us, we have a strategist in the office. Chat GPT, let's look this up. What was the last United States president that implemented massive tariff policy? Hopefully that's the right question. No, 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 no. Before Donald Trump. Before Donald Trump. Sorry. Who was the last United States president that implemented massive tariff policy before Donald Trump? The last, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. The last US president to implement massive tariff policies before Donald Trump was Herbert Hoover with the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, signed by President Hoover, raised tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods to protect American farmers and manufacturers during the early stages of the Great Depression. It backfired. Other countries retaliated with their own tariffs. Watch this. It would be a bad idea to put tariffs on other countries while you're suffering in a Great Depression. You're no longer a superpower. So he made a drastic mistake. So the idiots in the back that want to just worry about their narrative, to find any information that backs their narrative of this guy is making the wrong idea or doing the wrong thing for the country. We're not in a global depression. We are still the strongest country in the world, but it has been contorting from the inside. We have enemies on the inside that want to throw gold off the ship. So right now is the perfect time for tariffs to come. But it is sad that 1930, it takes 105 years for a president to make a massive move against other countries that have been taking advantage. 105 years. People want change. People want change, right? They want change, but they're unwilling to go through the changes, to go through what needs to be done to change, which is drastic effort. It's aggressive effort. It's aggressive moves. It's going with your word, walking, taking those steps, and not turning back. Would you pay $1,000 for the Nintendo Switch 2? And what if that $1,000 was worth your country being the greatest ever? What is that? What if that was worth your country not ever having to pay income tax? The citizens of your country, you not paying income tax ever, saving you 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures, depending on how much you make. Let me not say 6 figures, 5 figures, probably the maximum. What would you pay on a product for your country to be greater than ever? Okay? What would you pay? I'm out of here.